that the tariff, when you impose it, helps protect jobs, as Biden and Trump and officials tell us, but only really in the industry where the tariff applies. In my example, the automobile industry. American auto workers will have their jobs protected. But workers across the American economy will have their jobs jeopardized by a tariff on electric vehicles. Because everywhere else in the world, Americans will have a hard time competing with local companies in Europe, Asia, Africa, Latin America. Because those companies there, when they buy trucks and cars as fleets, as inputs to their business, they can buy from China at $30,000 a vehicle. Their American competitor cannot buy Chinese vehicles at $30,000. That's what the tariff makes impossible. They have to pay $60,000 because Mr. Biden has imposed a 100% tariff. So that disadvantage for the American company means they'll have to have prices that are higher than they otherwise would have because they can't buy the cheap Chinese truck or car. And by having the price higher, they'll lose business. And when they lose sales of whatever they make, they lay off workers. Aha! So the tariff that protects auto workers' jobs jeopardizes all kinds of other jobs in companies that have to pay more for the vehicles that they will now be buying. An honest politician, which neither Trump nor Biden on this subject are, would have to tell you that a tariff protects some jobs and destroys others, because that's the truth. And so now it turns out a tariff is good for some workers and good for the profits of those companies, but not for others. And now I can explain to you what you might not have understood before. In every capitalist country, this kind of issue has always been there. There have been companies who saw profits in having free trade, no tariffs, no government intervention, the so-called free market, because they thought, we don't want to have to pay higher prices, so we don't want tariffs. And then there were always other industries, like today's electric car industry, that needed tariffs, not only to keep their profits, but to make any profits at all. So there's always a struggle, always has been, between those companies that want tariffs, or protection, it's called. It's, by the way, called protectionism when you interfere this way, and those industries that don't. And whether we have a period of free trade or a period of protectionism is not some mystery. It doesn't fall from the skies which one we have. It's purely an outcome of a fight between two groups of capitalists, one of whom sees more profit with a tariff and the other one without one. And what we have, the rest of us who live in capitalist economies, we have to live with whichever one of those two groups of capitalists was the stronger.
朋友都知道我是很挑剔的，防晒乳我选 Kiss 皇家呵护抗光清爽高防晒凝露，因为它有媲美蓝光神盾的抓藻植萃，保护我在阳光下延缓肌肤老化，维持青春弹力，可以防御工作环境里的3C 商品，各种光源对肌肤的伤害，擦起来清爽不黏腻。我特别喜欢它做到海洋友善。365天，天天抗光抗老化，是我的保养日常。你呢？呵护您，呵护全家人，专属你的 KS Royal Care 抗光清爽高防晒凝露。